Good evening. I am Jessican, the intern at Lexus and Company, and today I will be talking about a topic which is very communal, a very heated topic, which is about Ram Janam Bhoomi or Ayodhya dispute, you can say about it. So, what exactly Ram Janam Bhoomi means? Now, Ram Janam Bhoomi literally means the birthplace of Lord Shri Ram. It is the site that is believed to be the birthplace of Lord Shri Ram, the seventh avatar of the Hindu deity Vishnu. The Ramayana also states that the location of Lord Sri Ram's birthplace is on the banks of Sarayu River in a city called Ayodhya. And this is where the whole narrative of Ayodhya dispute has begun. Ayodhya was also known as Odh or Awadh. It is a town located at south central Uttar Pradesh, which is in northern India. Now, some Hindus claim that the exact site of Ram's birthplace is where Babri Masjid once stood in the present day, which is Ayodhya. According to this theory, the Mughals demolished a Hindu shrine that marked the spot and constructed a mosque in its very place. People opposed to this theory. They stated that such claims arose only in the 18th century and that there is no evidence on the spot being the birthplace of Lord Sri Ram. Now, this political, historical, sociological, or religious debate over the history and location of Babri Masjid and whether a previous temple was demolished or modified or was created is all known as Ayodhya dispute. And today we will be talking about Ayodhya dispute. So, in 1992, the demolition of the Babri Masjid by a Hindu nationalist triggered widespread Hindu Muslim violence. Several other sites, including places in India, Afghanistan, and Nepal, have been proposed as the birthplace of Lord Shri Ram. They too agreed that it is the birthplace of Lord Shri Ram. So, talking about the beginning of dispute, the first recorded instance of religious violence in Ayodhya occurred in 1855. Certain Sunnis believed and claimed that the Bairagis of Hanumangadi had destroyed their mosque. The Muslims charged on the Hanumangadis but were repelled and routed. They hid inside the mosque of Babar and lay at a distance of less than a kilometer from Hanumangadi. The Babri Mosque was also attacked by Hindus in that process. Since then, local Hindu group made occasional demands that they should have the possession of the site and that they should be allowed to build a temple on the site. All of which was denied at that time during the colonial government. So this is what I'm talking about, the colonial era or British era. But there is a history involved before British era, and that is about when Babur destroyed the so-called Ram Janam Bhoomi. So at that time, it is believed that in 1949, Sant Digvijay Nath of Gorakhnath, he joined the ABRM, and people were led to believe that the idols had miraculously appeared inside that mosque. Now, Jawaharlal Nehru at that time insisted that the idol should be removed. However, the local officials, K.K. Nair, also known as the Hindu nationalist, believed for his Hindu connection, refused to carry out any order by PM Jawaharlal Nehru. He claimed that this would lead to communal riots and violence. So the police locked the gates so that the public, including Hindu as well as Muslims, could not enter. However, the idols remained inside and priests were allowed to practice or perform their daily worship. So the mosque has been converted into a de facto temple. Both the Uttar Pradesh Sunni Central Waqf Board and the ABRM filed civil suits in local courts, staking their respective land under that dispute. And since then, the gates remain locked until the recent judgment. So another British scholar, Christopher Jaffrett, has called Gorakhnath a wing of Hindu nationalism. He said that the other saffron, which has maintained its existence, separated from the mainstream Hindu nationalism of Sangh Parivar. After Vishwa Hindu Parishad was formed in 1964 and started agitating the Babri Masjid site, the two strands of saffron politics came together. But before that, let us recall the main history where Babri Masjid was created and Hindu temple was destroyed. What happened during that time? Why this mosque is known as Babri? It is not that Babar had demolished this mosque. It is believed that Babar demolished that mosque because of the name Babri. But it is not so. How? I will tell you. Because at that time, the Mughals invaded India and they were ruling India. But at that time, at that site of Ram Janambhoomi, Babar ordered, to make a mosque at that site. But what happened during that site was his commander in chief, who was known as Mir Baki, he carried that order. But also before carrying that order, what happened was that Babar was, you know, he was killed. So Mir Baki, his commander in chief, carried that order until Aurangzeb came. And when Aurangzeb came, as we all have witnessed, and as we all know, that Aurangzeb destroyed all the Hindu temples and converted into mosques. So who was Babri then? That question might be a big factor. So what happens is that when you read Babar Nama, an autobiography of Babar, you will witness that Babar was a man who was not just attracted to females but also attracted to males. At that time in Babar Nama, it is mentioned that Babar, during the Delhi Sultanate's time, he visited the the towns or the streets of Delhi and he saw a man who was named as Babri. So Babar had, at that time very affectionate feelings, or we can say very romantically he desired Babri. So he thought that Babri should be, a big, an iconic name at that time. So he thought of creating a masjid in his name, Babri. So Babri is the name who was Babar's desired lover. So after that time, Aurangzeb came, and when Aurangzeb came, Aurangzeb destroyed all the temples and created this Babri Masjid. Also, because it is not written in Babar Nama that any orders were given by Babar. So in 1611, an English traveller, William Finch, visited Ayodhya and recorded the ruins of Rani Chand, the castle and houses. He made no mention of mosque. So I'm talking about all the scholars, be it Thomas Herbert or William Finch, they all disagreed that there was, a mosque before the Ram birthplace. So before 1940s, the Babri Masjid was called as Masjid Janamstan. It included official documents such as revenue records, but it was of no use since there was a status quo. So what happened during that time? And many critics also claim that the present day Ayodhya was originally a Buddhist site based on its identification with Saketa described. So there are all theories regarding it. But the proposed Ram Janmabhoomi temple in 1853, a group of armed Hindu ascetics belonging to Nirmohi Akhada occupied the Babri Masjid. So they claim it, everyone has different theories to it. But but when you talk about the communal rights, in 1980s the Vishwa Hindu Parishad VHP and other Hindu nationalist group and political parties launched a campaign to construct Ram Janambhoomi Mandir. It was their hollow desire to construct Ram Janambhoomi at that very site. So the Rajiv Gandhi government allowed Hindus to access to that site for the prayer, and Hindu nationalists demolished that mosque at that time and resulting to communal violence. So after that, Allahabad High Court also ordered that ASI's findings were right, and ASI findings were that the mosque was never there. There was non-Muslim evidences under that ground. So in 2019, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, released its election manifesto repeating its process to construct a temple to Ram at that very site. And in recent history 2010, Allahabad High Court ruled over that, and recently the five judges of Supreme Court bench heard this dispute. And you know, from October 2019 to November 2019, and handed over this decision to the trust of Hindu temple and allowed them to create a temple, and also alternatively giving some acre of land to Sunni Waqf board for the creation of whether they want charity or they want a mosque over there. So that is what the dispute is all about. Thank you.